So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Roma Theory. Am I surprised? Not at all. Am I gutted? Yes, I am. I am gutted because we could have easily grabbed a draw from yesterday's match, and a draw against Napoli would have been golden. And I'm gutted because losing at the 80th minute is gutting. It is sort of tragic, but it's disappointing. Am I surprised that we lost? Not at all. In fact, I am here saying, I thought Napoli was going to win. And I actually thought Napoli was going to score more goals. And the only reason why I'm gutted is because we kept a 0-0 draw until the 80th minute. And we kept not conceding, defending really well for 80 minutes against one of the best teams in Europe right now. So that is what makes this result gutting. But I wasn't expecting us to win. Yes, I said 2-1 Roma as a prediction because, you love fantasizing sometimes. I was not expecting us to win. But we could have easily gotten a draw. And that's why it makes this disappointing. Otherwise, 1-0 defeat against Napoli, it's not a major problem. It is not a major problem. Because the only reason why everyone here is down, demoralized, is because we lost the way we lost. It's not because of the result. It's because we lost the way we lost. No one is mad at the result because Napoli are an amazing team. Napoli comes from 11 consecutive wins, both the Serie A and the Champions League. Do we all realize what that means? 11 consecutive wins. That is impressive. And, the first thing which I will say is congratulating this team. Because, it's gutting. I'm disappointed that my team lost the way it lost. But we have to be realistic here. Napoli are the best team in the league by far. By far. And, I really like the way they play. And, congratulations to the way they play and all of that. But there is one aspect of Napoli which really has to be congratulated. And everyone here, no matter what team you support, needs to be said. Kvaratskhelia. That guy. And the way they bought that guy is insane. Now, I know, it sounds like a Wi-Fi password, Kvaratskhelia. It's the hardest name ever. But I have never seen, he's someone who, you see, nowadays, it's very complicated to find a player who's not a social media star, who's not someone who doesn't have tattoos, someone who doesn't have blonde hair, dyed hair, someone who doesn't have crazy hair, someone who doesn't have earrings, someone who doesn't have piercings, someone who doesn't complain against the referee, someone who doesn't dive, someone who yesterday when Pellegrini was on the floor injured kicked the ball away. Sportsmanship. It's very complicated to find such an identikit of a player in these generations of football. And Kvaratskhelia is an example to everyone. The way he plays, the way he just is as a person is, in my opinion, the best thing about Napoli this season. But, let's get into the match. Because I think the thing is, the big aspect of us, and it's the problem. It is the biggest problem ever, is that we don't shoot. And we'll get into that very closely because that is our major problem. But you see, at the end of the day, Napoli won, right? But Napoli didn't dominate. Napoli, yes, potentially could be argued that they dominated possession. But at the end of the day, we had 0 attempts on target. But, Napoli didn't have many more than us. So it was a very equal game, which we could have easily equalized. The game plan and the preparation of the game, so how Mourinho and the players prepared this match, was excellent, was perfection, was just greatness. It was the best thing ever. The way we prepared this match and the way we executed our performance, our preparation. It was perfect. We basically trapped every single Napoli player. We trapped Kvaratskhelia very, very well. We created a really good wall for, and that's why they didn't have many attempts. Because the preparation of the game was phenomenal. It's gutting because we lost that game. And we lost that game because they can make something out of our mistakes and we can't make something out of their mistakes. Because we could have scored more than 0 goals. We could have scored more than 1 goal, if you ask me. They were playing with Juan Jesus in defense. How good can he be? The only reason being is that we didn't get anything from that match is because we don't shoot. How are we supposed to even score if we don't shoot? But the preparation of the game, in my opinion, remains really well. And, we played badly because, you see, I say badly. We played badly in the attack side. When it comes to the lower defensive section, as I said, the preparation of the game was phenomenal in my opinion. No one can say anything about the preparation of the game. We prepared this just like we had to do. They scored 4 goals past Liverpool, 6 goals past Ajax, 2 goals past AC Milan. You expect goals from them. Therefore, how do you prepare against a team who scores goals? You defend. And the defense yesterday was really, really well. We trapped everyone. We literally trapped every single player. They didn't create many chances. They won, but they didn't create many chances as well. So we made them look not great. But, that doesn't kind of get anything away from their performance because I think, their performance was solid. Because they can kill and execute and we can't. They have the balls to shoot. If it was Tammy, in the same clear situation of Osimhen's goal, he would have never shot. If it was Nico, he would have never shot. If it was anyone else, he would have never shot. Sometimes you have to risk it. If the ball goes wide, if the ball hits the bar, or if the ball goes at the back of the net, who cares? But we have to do something in the attack. Now, you see, and something which it's gutting because we don't do anything we don't shoot. That is our problem. We don't shoot. Now you tell me how we're supposed to win, how we're supposed to draw, even in simpler terms, how we're supposed to score if we don't shoot. That is the biggest problem. And that is the problem which needs to be resolved as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Because we will not go any further if that attack doesn't start bagging the goals. Now, yes, we can say we lost this game because Chris Smalling. Forget about that. If it wasn't for Chris Smalling yesterday, we would have conceded 4 goals. No one of us, no one here, not even Mourinho, has got the responsibilities to blame that performance on that result on Smalling. Smalling made a mistake, and we can't hide this. But no one here can criticize Chris Smalling. Because if it wasn't for Chris Smalling yesterday, we would have conceded 3 other goals. And you see, yes, Chris Smalling is an amazing defender, but everyone makes mistakes at the end of the day. He isn't prime Maldini. He is Smaldini, which is, it's different. But you see, I've got, let me read because I've prepared all notes for this match reaction. So at the end of the day, I feel the frustration. I'm frustrated myself. I'm disappointed myself. But at the end of the day, who was expecting a win against Napoli? Who was expecting a win against Napoli? Yes, there's that one person, maybe 2 people, maybe 3 people who love wishful thinking and saw us winning. But we did not we did not give an impression to kind of want to win that match. Because if you want to win, if you want to at least get a draw, you have to do something more in the attack. And, this is a message going forwards. Shoot. Shoot. Shoot from wherever you want. Wherever you want. In fact, if in the next game against Helsinki we start shooting and the ball goes wide and the ball doesn't go in, I am a happy boy. We have to start shooting. I would rather see us shooting and not getting the goal, but shooting from difficult positions and just having the balls to shoot, than us doing weird passes. We get closer to the box. It might be a chance. No, what happens? We pass it backwards. I would rather see us miss so many chances and start shooting more than us playing like two 88 years old playing chords in I don't know, in a chord room. The rhythm has to be better. The accuracy has to be better as well. But we can't blame accuracy if we don't shoot. It's like, it's like saying two opposite things. So the big thing to get from this match is just everything crashed. But right, I really don't know what's happening. Let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, please let me know if you can hear me. I think it crashed. I really don't know what happened. But what we were saying is that I don't know what happened with Tammy. I don't know what's going on with him. Jose has confirmed yesterday in his post-match interview that Tammy is living a very tough moment. That Tammy's just not having it. Now, there can be as many reasons as possible linked to the fact that Tammy's living a tough moment. And to be honest with you, Tammy has to do one thing, and that thing is scoring goals. And he's not doing that. So I think it's very easy for us to blame him. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to defend him here. Tammy has to do better. But what I think is something which we don't consider when criticizing Tammy Abraham is in fact the service that he's getting. We can criticize Tammy as much as we want because he's bottling the chances he's getting. But ladies and gentlemen, the service that Tammy Abraham is getting, the support that Tammy Abraham is getting from Nico, from Pellegrini is shambles. It's ridiculous. Now, that influences Nico's performance, Tammy's performance, and Pellegrini's performance. You see, what I'm trying to say here is that there has been a massive downgrade in some players. And that is what, unfortunately, is having a negative effect, because the players that we had last season are not the same, are not the same players that we have this year. And that is something to point out. It's annoying. It's something. Why is it gutting? It's gutting because we've seen Tammy perform better. We've seen Nico perform better. We've seen Pellegrini perform better. And you compare what they did last season and you're like, what is happening to them? What is happening to them? The downgrade is exponential. So that is definitely something which is by far contributing to our poor accuracy, the few goals that we score, and all of that. But at the end of the day, I think to sum everything up, right, I don't think no one here was expecting a win against Napoli. And in fact, I actually think that the majority of us expected Napoli to beat us with a way, bigger margin than this. A 1-0 defeat against Napoli It's gutting, as I've used so many times throughout this stream, but it's something which will make you learn. It's something which, at the end of the day, hopefully will make you learn. Because I think the big thing to point out is that we play ridiculous football. Our style of play is ridiculous. We have no creativity, we've got no rhythm, and we don't shoot. Now you combine these three together and you get boring matches and just terrible, not terrible performances. Because at the end of the day, look where we are. We're fifth. How do you explain the way we play, the fact that we don't score goals, to the position we're in? Well, lucky for us, and up to now this season, we've gotten all the points that we had to get against small sides, plus that massive win against Inter Milan. Now, look, going forwards, we're gonna face way tougher teams, and we're also gonna face way smaller teams than Napoli. Now, there is one very important thing. We have to step up our play. And we have to do this as soon as possible. Otherwise, we're not getting top four. We are not getting top four if we're playing like this. We've got Helsinki on Thursday, which is it's another very risky game. We've got Verona next Monday, which is a crucial win. We've got Ludogorets on Thursday. If we win against Helsinki, we've got the pressure to perform. After that, we've got the derby. We still need to play against Milan. We still need to play against Sassuolo. We still need to play against Torino. If we play against these teams the way we play, forget about everything. Forget about it. We have to shoot. And the most important thing is that we have to show the balls. Now, the one thing which I liked yesterday is Kamara. Kamara, in my opinion, yesterday was amazing. Was my man of the match by far. The intensity that he gives to the games is something very special, especially when we're used to see Matic and Cristante in the middle. He is a completely different player. He is gonna be a starting player in this team, and hopefully he'll start on Thursday. He'll give a positive impact on Thursday, and all of that. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's fair to blame individuals here, because as always, just like that Bodo defeat last season, just like this defeat, just like many wins that we've had as a team, this is a team sport. And as much as constructive criticisms have to be given to certain players, which I've admitted myself are living such a downgrade, such as Tammy and such as Pellegrini, the ones which I'm looking in particular. And another one is Spina. Spina yesterday didn't know anything of what was happening. He was like an alien landed on Earth. He was like, what am I doing here? Spina needs to be better. There are players which need to get back going. I am sure they will get back going. I won't hide this. But right now, they are living very tough moments. So yeah, it's gutting. It's a gutting defeat because, I think the two teams were settling on a draw, and getting a draw against Napoli would have been golden for us. But now we've got very tough teams. And as I just said, if we don't step up the way we play, we are not going to get one single point from the next games, especially Lazio, who's playing really good football. Verona away is another very terrible away game. We have to step up our football. We do have the talent. We do have the qualities to get Champions League. But those qualities are not performing on the pitch. I'm sorry to say this. We just need to step everything back up again. It's gutting. I know it's gutting. I know it's disappointing that we lost the way we lost. I swear to God, if Osimhen tries that shot 50 other times, he will not kick it in any of the 50 times. It's one in a lifetime goal, that is. Don't blame it on Chris Smalling, because yes, as much as the mistake was on him, Chris Smalling saved us so many times this season. And to be honest with you, Chris Smalling is the reason why we are 5th in the league right now, as well as Dybala. But the preparation was there. You see, don't get fooled by people who say that the game plan yesterday was abysmal, because it wasn't abysmal. It was abysmal in the attack, but it was so vital, and it was so, in my opinion, well prepared in the defensive section. We blocked them. Kvaratskhelia didn't do anything yesterday. So So yeah, I mean, unless anyone's Google here, don't don't think you know everything, because people will say that people will love downgrading us. That's all I'll say. And as much as you know, criticisms have to be said, but it's time to move on. It's time to move on, and it's time to start grabbing points. Helsinki on Thursday is vital, because if we get out of the Europa League, you see, part of it is important because we can focus on the Serie A, but you know the enthusiasm drops back down. And I do want to continue on Europa League path. I want to continue as further as possible in that. So hopefully on Thursday we'll have another game. So ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button, smash the like button. Follow me here on Instagram over at Simon Lorescore, AS Lorescore, and stay tuned, because from tomorrow we're back speaking about yet another game, which is a very important game, as already said. Because if we don't lose, if we don't win, we're out of the Europa League. So it's another very crucial game. So yeah, I'll catch you soon. Simon out.